think it's important to understand that the number one thing that motivated me is that we can talk about government all day long, but if we don't stand up for what we believe in, we're going to fall for something. And I think it's very important that we stand up for what we believe in. I think it's been very important to understand that that it affects us, and I don't care what age you are, it affects us right now and in our future, our kids' future, and so I think it's important. And if I don't stand up for what I believe in, then who else is going to stand up for for the rights? So I feel strong that way.
Now, what do you think is the biggest concern facing county government right now? Is money issues or?
Absolutely, I think the budget's one of the main things. You know, county government it involves a couple of things. Number one, we get our money through taxes. Number two, we get our money through gas wells and stuff like that. Number three is revenue. And right now, the way it's going is that our revenues are not bringing in. We're not bringing in money. The way I'd like to bring it in, obviously, is by a jail. You know, you can make up to $60 a day on the inmates and stuff like that. That's very important. So we need to figure out how to ways to bring in revenue. Do we have all the answers? No. I mean, but that's what government's about. That's actually what county government's about. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons. And communication. I think communication is another thing that I fault the current judge in right now, is that, you know, he doesn't talk to any of his department heads. You can't go one-on-one with a gentleman and speak with him. So I think it's important to understand that communication is very big thing.
I was really critical of you. I think I picked on you specifically because of like the amount of money that you were spending on your campaign. You know, I thought that it was a little bit overboard, you know, in these tough economic times. What do you think about the money that has been spent by this campaign?
Well, I have to tell you that you know what, I agree. I wish I wouldn't have spent it as much either, but the good thing, and I'm proud to say, is that my wife and I had put some money out on the side, and it's our personal money. We're not going to eat, como le digo en español, no vamos a comer de las costillas de uno, and I'm very proud to say that. And but you're right, I'm not going to deny it that it was, you know, over $350,000. But the good thing is that we try to do everything on our own, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be owing favors. And I think it's very important that that's understood, that, you know what, and I'm not saying regardless of what anybody else is doing, I'm not going to even bash Judge Valdez about that either, because if that's his deal, he might not be, you know, people are just loaning because they're loaning. But at the end of the day, it's my money, it's our hard-earned money, and this is our way of wanting to give back, and wanting to give back to the community. Will it ever be picked up again? Will I ever pick it up again? Absolutely not. I mean, we'll never see that money again. It's gone. But God has blessed us financially. I thank God for that. I mean, we've worked very hard, and I know what it is on $850 a month. And we worked very hard. You know, we invest our money wisely, my wife and I, and we felt this is time to do this. So yeah. But I can understand your concerns, absolutely.
Now, tell us a little bit about the reaction you've gotten from the public. I mean, you came in with a good showing, you know, during the election, and you were telling me beforehand that you really got a lot of support from the elderly population. Can you tell us a little bit about the reaction?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and it goes back to the finances. You know, Louis Bruni ran a poll back in October, and I didn't believe it. They told me that it was there, and I just got some true fact hardcore numbers on it. We were at 6.7%. 6.7%. We were last place, and that's why I think what we've done with putting our name out there and promoting our name and working very hard with the people. I think we're 656 votes away now. Which is nothing for an incumbent that's been there 27 years versus 6 months. So I'm very proud to say that. And our main base has been, actually the elderly have been really supportive. They're actually saying, hey, listen, it's always time for the youth to give new ideas, to be innovators, and they've been very, very supportive. I've been very, very glad about that.
Mm-hmm. What is Tano's priority for, you know, going into this thing? If you win county judge,
January 1st, what's my priority?
Yeah.
January 1st, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to pray over Webb County.
a lot of praying.
A lot of praying in that seat.
Yeah.
And enough with that black cloud on top of us. No, but for real, I want to do that. Yeah. And the second of all, I think I want to communicate. I want to be going to the department heads and looking and asking them what their needs are, and then really breaking into the budget and going, hey, where can we give and take? What can we do? Because you know what? I mean, our current judge cuts 10% across the board. I'm sorry, I have to disagree. We had a good administrator. It takes a good administrator to go, hey, checks and balances. how much does this department make, and how much is it bringing in, and this is what we have to do and take away. I mean, I think a 4th and a 5th grader could go ahead and say, hey, we'll just make it equal and go ahead and cut everybody off. I disagree with that. That's my personal feeling. Now, one of my main things to bring in revenue is to encourage some jobs and to bring in some companies and give them maybe some kind of tax abatements as well. We need to encourage companies to come in here. You know, these wind farms that Judge Valdez is talking about, you know, they were in our board meetings in Walker Plaza 7 years ago, and they're not creating jobs. They didn't create 200 jobs. All it did is 200 people are going to reconstruct it, but they're not even from here. It's 2 people actually, and they're gaugers. So, you know, there's a lot of things that are being deceived and they're being said that aren't true, but we need to encourage tax abatements and then work on that jail to try to bring in the safety for the constituents.
Okay. Now, is there anything that we don't know about Tano that we should know? Anything? Any last words? Any
Man, you know,
last remarks?
I think you know, this is our 2nd time we talk, and I encourage anybody that, you know, I'm a simple guy. I'm not gonna be a genius here, and I'm not gonna be a kid that's gonna throw my money away either. You know, come and ask me for $1, and I'm gonna ask you why and why do you need it. But I got a good heart. I try to give back to the people that my community, and this is what I'm doing it for. And I'm very proud to say that God has helped me out. I got a wonderful wife and 4 beautiful children and a family. And I'm gonna say this: if you have some criticism or you have some critiques of me or skepticism on what I'm gonna do, don't give me your vote. Give it to me in 4 years and realize what kind of man I am. Let me prove myself, and I'm gonna do the best that I can. And I appreciate you. And thank you very much for that time.
Thank you so much.
Sounds great.